Okay, so now you have all the basics that you will need to start just about any online business that you could ever set out to set up and establish. This was the foundation period. Now, we really wanted to make sure that you knew everything that was going to be needed from you to really flesh out the business and to build out in any way you want to, whether it's an e-commerce site, whether it's an information product, whether you're selling your services. You've gotten the core fundamentals. Some additional tools that you may want to check out are for tracking. You definitely want to track your traffic. You want to track your visitors. You want to see how long they're staying on your site, what they're doing when they get there, what keywords they're using to find your site. You definitely want to have this in place before you even start accepting customers, okay? So go to www.google.com/webmasters/tools to get a great tracking script that you can, they give you a little plugin to put a little piece of code that you can put on your site, and Google will track your site for you. And also, it kind of raises a flag to Google and says, hey, I have a new site here. Come check me out. Come index me. And what will happen is the Google will send out its electronic spiders, so to speak, where it'll start hitting your site and looking to review and see what's it about. Is it providing value? Is it providing a good visitor experience? And then they will include your site in their index. So it'll start to get you ranked in the Google rankings a little quicker by letting Google know that you have a new site that's being put on the internet and it's valuable to the people who you're targeting. If at any point during this whole process from Module 2, there was something that you couldn't do or something that you weren't comfortable with doing, just like we touched on earlier, it's important for you to outsource just delegate out what you're not going to do, what you're not comfortable with doing. Don't let it be an obstacle for you, okay? There's people who will do the tasks that you think will take you all day. You can hop right on Elance and get somebody to do it for you for less than, $50 or less, or any of the other outsourcing sites that we were going to show you. So you don't have to let it be a hang up for you. It's just important to have a business mentality, a business owner's mentality, and not a sort of an employee mentality. Because when an employee runs into a problem, they get in a hang up and they have to try to, get somebody like a manager or something involved it's kind of like a dead end. But as a business owner, you can outsource that to another company, another provider, have it done for you, and keep on moving with your daily operations. All right, so keep that in mind. Another tool that you may need is some sort of PDF creator. PDFs, you may want to provide the PDFs for your informational products. You may want to give away free information, golf tips if you have a golfing supply shop. The more information you give to your customers, the more you're going to seem like an authority. And the number one way to do is to give them, white paper, as they call it, is in PDF form. So to create these, what you're going to do is just create your documents in your standard Microsoft Word or whatever you use. And there's a program called PrimoPDF.com. It's an alternative to the expensive Acrobat, which is Adobe's product, and it's free. Primo PDF will install onto your computer like a printer. So if you have a document in Word that you're working on and you want to provide that to your customers, if it's an ebook or just a flyer, you can go up to File, Print, choose Primo PDF, and when you click Print, it will print it as a PDF document on your desktop. So now you have it in PDF form, and you did it without having to use the expensive Acrobat software. Remember, this is jump starting, okay? Just like you planned out early on, you're going to be investing back into your business. And I hope you can see now, when you're like, well, how in the hell am I going to invest $1,000 back into my business every month? You'll have the money, but you may have been wondering where you would put that. Some people, when we tell them that, they think, oh, I'm just going to take $1,000 of the profit and put it into my business bank account. But when we say that, we were talking about, upgrading your PDF software, upgrading your web software, upgrading your website, upgrading your graphics. These are all things that you can build slowly over time. And before you know it, you'll have the top-notch software, have a top-notch designer with a top-notch design on your site, and it'll just build, gradually build, and you'll have a world-class site. Look at ESPN that we showed you in the earlier example, how they went from, a very sporadic site to something that was very well polished, okay? And the same thing goes for these graphic programs. Photoshop is pretty expensive. You don't need Photoshop up front. We showed you how to go to GIMP.org and get a program that will do just the same thing. Later on, you can go and you can buy Photoshop for your team. So you have quite a list of things to do now to get you going and to get everything set up. The important question now is, okay, you know how to build, you know how to structure the foundation for an online business, but maybe you still don't have an idea for an online business. So in the next module, what we're going to do, and this is where we just we really get you going. We're going to get into product and service development. All right, we're going to show you how to tap into your what your specialties are, what your talents are, or what your general interests and hobbies are, and how to develop and figure out what you're going to sell online. Okay, you're going to sell. You're going to see the best product, the best angle for you to approach going about starting an online business as far as topics are concerned. What you may have in your mind right now as your product idea may not be the idea you have by the end of that module coming up, because you're going to have so many ideas for businesses to start. You're going to be tempted to start all of them at the same time. We strongly suggest sticking with one first, and then you'll be able to use the tools and the strategy for laying the foundation that we just showed you now to get that business launched very, very quickly. All right? So let's move forward. You have a lot to do. Like I said, go through and review this video one more time, and then make sure you go ahead and set up the accounts. Or you may want to wait until after the next module so that you kind of have an idea of the direction you're going in with the business. And then once you're good with that, you can go ahead and start purchasing the domain names that correspond with that, and the web hosting like we showed you how to set up, and then you can get the merchant processing, everything rolling.